Video 1. Topic: Losing ourselves and our connection to our spirituality amidst life's chaos. Please note that I am doing these videos based on my life and based on the information that I found. And I'm sharing that information with you in case you are going through the same thing I'm doing. I also want to please let you know that my path, my spiritual path, is my own, as is yours. But again, it is my hope that this video and the ones that are coming up will help you should you feel a disconnection to your path or your spirituality. So let us begin. In today's world, we have been hectic. I don't know about you, but my life, being at home and in lockdown, it's been more hectic. I don't get a chance to disconnect from home life. I don't get a chance to disconnect from being a daughter, from being a wife, from being a caregiver, from being a cook to being a taxi driver. I don't get a chance to disconnect. When the world was a little bit more open, I was able to go outside. I was able to get away from my home and connect with friends face to face, connect, by going to a park to connect to nature. Can't do that much more. And I was kind of feeling that I'm no longer connected to my spiritual past, or let alone my divine. I felt empty. I felt that it was gone completely. And it's been going on for probably quite a few years, but I just realized it more or less this last year. And this year, 2021, I decided I wanted to do something about it. I feel like I no longer hear or understand what the universe is trying to say to me. I felt like I could not hear my guides telling me. It was this whole disconnection. And quite honestly, it scared the dickens out of me. And today's world, with the chaos that is in our everyday lives, no wonder we feel lost. We have been in lockdown. We have lost loved ones. We've been the subject of continued bombardment of negativity, between the emotions that we're feeling, the news, the media. All of this has just been running rampant. We may feel like we cannot escape it all. Sometimes that's how I feel. Being in lockdown does have its goods, but it has a lot more bads. See, I'm an empath, so I pick up on everything, and I can shield. I can shield pretty well, but when you live with it daily, it just breaks down your shields. My spiritual connection, or my spiritual path even, made me me. And with all this chaos going on, I got tired. I got real tired. To the point where I didn't want to do anything. At the end of the day, all I wanted to do was put my head on a pillow and go to sleep so I could start the day again. I allowed life's chaos to interfere. I didn't make time for me. Okay, and yes, I try to keep Sundays as my self-care Sundays, and I do, but I'm still home. I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm still here physically. I couldn't break that cycle. So I searched high and low. What is the best way to reconnect with my spiritual path, my divine, the divine that I had? Is it just me? Am I going crazy? All these questions, all these unanswered questions, and I did research. I researched and researched because I needed that back to make me whole, or at least somewhat whole. I believe that there's many aspects to ourselves. Our mental aspect that needs that out there to pique our interest. The physical aspect to feel loved and wanted and needed. The emotional aspect to feel balanced in that love and that mentality. The passion that's within us. The psychological and the spiritual. All these combined make us balanced, make us whole. Okay, when one is more than the other, it becomes unbalanced. when I found out that I thought I lost, quote unquote, my spirituality, my connection to the divine, devastated me. Absolutely devastated me. Because it was nobody's fault but my own. To lose that connection, to lose the ability to hear what the universe had to say, to see what the universe had to say, to know that I'm on the right path, to lose that connection, to lose that footing made me feel incomplete. And it was just spinning more and more out of control. I literally had to grab the reins on my life and go, no more. So during my research, I found something out. I found that we don't lose our spirituality. We don't lose our connection. It just gets shuffled underneath of life's chaos. And then there's a possibility that we're actually going through a spiritual awakening where our belief system, the way we practice our path, no longer serves the new person we're becoming. We're evolving. Our spiritual path, our connection to the divine is evolving to the next level. You know, we're trying to remember who and what we truly are, and losing the connection to our spirituality is part of that regrowth so that we can emerge a new version of us. So we're not necessarily losing our spiritual connection or our spiritual path or any of that. We're actually evolving because that chapter is closed. So we can open another chapter. When I found that and I read that, that was profound to me. I literally went, whew, I didn't lose it. It's just maybe I'm evolving. So that it did help, you know, and yes, there are times when we are feeling lost because we're not being active. We are so inactive that we don't cherish and we don't cultivate that connection. Okay. But life's hard, you know, it consumes us in every aspect. It consumes us so much, so much so sometimes we get tired, not just physically tired, but soul tired. We get tired. We don't want to plan, you know, a meditation. We don't want to plan a ritual. We don't want to plan prayer. We don't want to plan because we're so tired. It's just another thing to do on the to-do list that we just don't have the energy to do. You know, we don't want to do anything spiritual because we are literally overwhelmed. We're stressed, you know, and then we think of reasons why we don't. We don't have the privacy. We don't have, you know, the tools. We can't connect with somebody else. Okay. We have to do, you know, much of following our paths online and physically alone. Now, we can't go out and connect with another person. It is all online. We literally can't feel the other person's energy that we need. So it's depressing. It's frustrating. It's unfulfilling. So why do something that depresses you is unfulfilling? And you think in the back of your head, or I did anyway, let me give it up. So yeah, we could either be on a spiritual awakening path, or we could be going through this inactivity, or it could be both. And we're just not recognizing it because of life's chaos. And I really thought about that. Is it both? Is it one or the other? And I'll be honest with you, I boil it down to it's both. It is. For me, anyway. And based on all of this, this is just my opinion. I felt that I lost my connection to my spirituality, to my divine, because I was inactive, because I was depressed, because it was unfulfilling, because it wasn't something I wanted to do alone. And some people may be okay with doing it alone. For me, I'm not. I like to bounce ideas off of other people within my group. and I just don't get the same energy. I don't get the same feedback that I desperately need when it's a video call or a telephone call, or, speaking across to the neighbor or through letter or whatever. It doesn't work that way for me. So losing that connection, whether it's a spiritual awakening or not, I focused on one thing. I lost it, period. I didn't look at it as maybe a spiritual awakening, that it was a chance for me to change how I followed my path, or a chance of change how I connected with the divine. So, because we are by definition social animals. We have at least one other person in our lives, one other physical person in our lives that we connect with on a daily basis. We may not know it, but we connect with them in an energetic level. We talk to them, we interact with them. We may also be on the same path, and we sit there and we work with them. They work with us. We're symbiotic, with that relationship. When you can't get that physical relationship, that physical energy, you just feel lost. And like I said, that's how I felt. So let's take a look at the whys of this disconnection. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, this is an activity if you'd like to do it. I'd like you to get a pen and paper. I'd like to get 4 different color pens: red, yellow, green, blue. Okay, and get yourself a piece of paper. Okay. What I would like you to do, and I want you to be honest. Okay, I did this, and it was enlightening. Okay, but I want you to be honest of the whys you're feeling disconnected. Okay, right at the top, why I am feeling disconnected. Okay, I want you to list 15 to 20 items on this list in a regular pen, whatever. Okay, of why you feel disconnected. Okay, to give you an idea of my list, just a few off my list. Inability to connect with people physically. Exhaustion. Being overwhelmed. Being stressed. Not making time. So these are some of my reasons. What are yours? 15 or 20 of them. Okay? Put them all in pen. Once you have started this list, put this on pause. Okay? When you're done with that list, come back. So put me on pause and make your list. Be honest. And then come back to me. Okay, welcome back from the pause. I hope at least you have your list done. If you don't, put me back on pause and go back and write your list. It's so important. Be honest with yourself, okay? For those of you that have made your list, we're going to continue, okay? Now I want you to look at your list. How many times did you write down things that you can change within yourself? You can. C-A-N. You can change within yourself. How many times did you write that down? How many times were outside influences affecting your life? Think about that. Okay. This is where your colors come in. For red, okay, I want you to circle any item that are some outside influences that cannot be changed no matter what you do. Circle them with red, highlight them with red, I don't care. Put red somewhere near them. These are things you cannot change that are outside influences. Just absolutely can't. If you sit there and say, well, to give you an idea that is not, okay, well, I don't have privacy. Okay, that's not really a reason. Okay, even if we shove ourselves into a closet, even if we hop in our car and keep it warm and go somewhere, okay, you can still find privacy. Okay, you can. If you list, oh, well, I live with other people that don't understand my path. Well, if you live with other people, you should have your own bedroom. That is not a reason. Okay, outside influences would literally be outside influences that are out of your control. Okay, That's what goes in red. Okay. Now for green, outside influences you can change. Like I just said. Like I said, well, I live with people. Well, then you have a bedroom. I don't have privacy. Well, you can go take a drive, or you can go hide in a closet, or hide in your bathroom, or go sit in the tub and lock the door. Okay. These are outside changes you can, or outside influences you can change. So circle those, highlight those, however, in green. Okay. For blue, okay, inner changes within yourself you cannot change at this moment. Okay, just at this moment. Okay, inner changes you cannot change at this moment. Highlight, I don't care how you do it, blue. Okay. For yellow, inner changes you can change. Okay, highlight them bad boys in yellow. So now you have reds, greens, blues, yellows. Out of 15, 20 things, it should be pretty colorful, right? This is a mark of how to change. And for those of you that may be colorblind, you can also do a star or do an arrow, whatever works for you. Come up with your own symbology. For my dad, he's actually colorblind. So what I did for him, and I'm going to give you guys this choice. For red, it was like a star. Okay, little mark, like an asterisk. Okay. For green, it was a circle. Okay. For blue, it was a plus. And then for yellow, it was a minus sign. So for those that may be colorblind, those are some ideas. Okay. All right. So now that we listed all this, the work goes. And yes, the only way we can change how we are reacting is to make a change. It's work. We are a work in progress. Okay. That is always going to evolve no matter what. Okay. And have this spiritual awakening or have this disconnection is the universe's way of telling us you either are on a new path or you need to renew your path in order to evolve. It's those words. And I learned that the hard way. And I'm still going to be doing this myself over the years, over the months, over the days, over the weeks. Because we evolve, we change quite a bit. Okay? So, looking at your list, okay, those that you highlighted are marked in a way that is yellow, the negatives or the yellow. Okay, you're literally going to work on these first. These are the changes you need to make that relate to your mentality, your perceptions, your perspectives. We have to, in order to make a change, a positive change, we have to change our perspective to it. Okay? We have to do that in order to make that change stick, and we have to do it consistently. We're going to retrain our brain to do that, okay? So, on another sheet of paper, I want you to rewrite anything that you highlighted yellow or put a negative by. These are what you're going to work on. And take a month. Take longer if you need to. It will take 30 to 60 days or more, okay, to make consistent change stick, okay? 30 to 60 days or more depending on you, but you have to do it daily, consistently in order to do this, okay? So make a list of all these. Align, and then I want you to give yourself enough room underneath that little topic because you're going to put steps that you're going to take to make these changes, okay? Each one should be pretty simplistic, To give you an idea, my first yellow one was schedule time for self. Literally. Steps were literally I'm going to schedule and block it out. Time for myself. And I did it for like an hour. And then I did it for 2 hours. And then I did it for 3. For me. In order for me to do that, I had to schedule time. It was all about how I wanted to live my life. and I stuck to it. It sucked, and it still sucks because I'm still going through that. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes somebody needs me, or sometimes, but I still schedule time. Okay. So once you write all those little items on there and you give yourself room to write the steps that you can take to bring about the changes you want, work on them every single day, at least for a month or more. Okay. It's only 15, 20 items, and you shouldn't have 15 or 20 items of one color or one symbol. Being conscientious about these changes is going to help you bring about the change. Okay. Do the same for green. Do the same for blue, but the blue, you're going to make a deadline of 3 to 6 months. Okay. The blue literally is interchanges you cannot change at the moment, but you want to change in 3 to 6 months. So you're still going to come back to those. Red, or the little asterisk, is all about a notation to learn to accept each of those. You can't change them. They're outside influences. You can't change them no matter what. So learn to accept them. Okay? So this is the first step in this. Okay? So join me next time for video number 2 when we discuss and take a look at spiritual awakening and what it is. So in the meantime, namaste, many blessings, and we'll talk to you soon. Remember, you got this. Bye-bye.